Welcome to Durbania. I'm Durbin.
And I'm Rapthorn.
And this is our spoiler talk for The Finest Hours. So, if you haven't seen it and you don't want it spoiled, you can check out in the description the link to my 60-second spoiler-free review. And then you can check out the movie, come back here, and listen to us talk about all the spoilers. So, let's just get this on the road here. What did you think?
So, I'm going to give the film credit where credit's due.
Right.
I mean, overall, the movie was very well done. The CGI, it was great, good effects. Some of the things that really popped out were the how they handled the splitting of the ship. I know that a lot of that was actually built in a studio, but the CGI when they did that as well, I thought it was really well done. So overall, to me, I mean, it's not something that I'm ready to go out and watch again right now.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something that I enjoyed, and I probably would watch it again if given the opportunity.
I think I agree with you that I wouldn't rush out to watch it again right now, but I will say this. While I was watching the movie, I was into it from the beginning to the end. Like, I really enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed the way they were acted. One of the things that I really liked is they did a reverse of the Titanic, whereas Titanic spent 2.5 hours on this love story.
I'm flying.
This movie I thought was really cool because you get to see Miriam and Bernie meet. You see their first date, and then it kind of skips forward. But I felt like there was enough of a connection there that I cared about them. I cared about the relationship. I bought how much she cared about him. I liked his character development. And I liked how when he was on land, like, he didn't even have the guts to ask her to marry him. But when he's out there in the ocean, he was like a lion, man. And those waves are coming. He's like, I'm going for it. I mean, he didn't say that line, but I mean, he hit that motor and he went for it. I thought that was kind of cool to see. My overall view, I thought it was really good.
All right. So let's go ahead and dive a little bit deeper into the movie and kind of give our exact thoughts on some things that maybe we liked, maybe we didn't like. So go ahead with some things that don't really matter.
I will say this. When I was watching the trailer, I thought that Chris Pine's accent was going to get in the way.
Just more water.
I did not like his accent in the trailer, but there's something about in the context of the movie, I just didn't notice it as much. It felt like it fit, and I liked it. And like I said earlier, I liked his character development. I liked watching how on land he was kind of a chicken. I liked then seeing the total difference when he was on the sea and his overcoming of a lot of that timidness. And I liked how Chris Pine portrayed that. Something I wish was a little bit more into this, though. And it's not like I wanted the movie to be any longer, but what I wish I saw was it's just the four of these guys on the boat going out to the big boat that's split in half. And in a lot of war movies, when you got the guys in the trenches, you know, you get to see their character idiosyncrasies. Did I even say that word right? Probably not. But you know what I mean. You get to see the different characters. You get to see this kind of bonding in the foxhole. And I did not feel like that happened.
As far as the acting goes, for me, I thought the acting was done really well. However, now I know, mind you, this is based on a true story, so they had to portray the way that people actually were. But Bernie, Rain Man, Weber,
Rain Man?
82, 82, 82.
He wasn't exactly Rain Man.
All I could think of was, man, this guy just must follow the rules, must follow the rules.
He did have that, yes.
And it just like, oh my gosh, that's all I could think about during the whole movie was, spit it out already, dude.
Yeah.
Come on.
And to add to that, when it got to the end where he decided to break the rule, that's why I wanted a bit more character development.
Right.
Because I get it, they're in this storm, he knew the right thing to do.
Sure.
But I didn't feel like there was enough leading up to, oh, this is why I'm breaking this rule at the end and I'm taking these guys to shore instead of to the other boat, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, even though he was taking charge, there was still that awful timidness that he had about him. I don't know, I couldn't actually get behind him, you know, I couldn't. Yeah, come on, Bernie, let's get it done. I was just like, dude, come on. Grow a pair. Do something. And then when he's like, he finally grows a pair, I mean, he has a moment.
He does.
He does have a moment where he yells and he's like, and then he's, all right, back to Bernie.
The thing that was cool was in the end credits, we stayed through the end credits. By the way, there's no scene where they're in the Avengers. You don't need to stay through all the credits. But in the first part of the end credits, they showed the pictures of the actual people involved. Right. And what I thought was really cool about that was they picked actors that looked a lot like the people.
Yeah, whoever was the casting director did an amazing job on this movie. very, very, very close to each other's likeness, the real person and the person that played the character in the movie. It was really, really well done.
I thought so.
So the crew, oh my gosh.
There were so many good characters on that crew. The cook.
Many good people.
I loved the cook.
Dude, it was so good.
Yes.
And one of the things that I really, really enjoyed about the movie was the engine captain. I don't know what his name is. I don't know.
Casey Affleck.
Casey
We'll call him
Casey Affleck's character. Amazing.
Yes.
Just like here. All the time.
But it was a good here. Like there's
good here.
He worked
super straightforward. Super just. If you don't like it, do your own thing. I don't care.
What I thought was awesome about him was when they wanted to get the lifeboats going and they started to load them. And Casey Affleck just takes this hatchet, goes out there, cuts the rope, the boat goes down, bursts apart into pieces, and the other guy's like, you see? He just saved your life.
Everything about that whole part of the movie was just...
Oh, yeah.
I was hooked.
Well, that had such character attachment that when the cook died, like almost to the safety boat, and then fell, and the waves bashed him into the boat. When he died, man, I was upset because I liked him. It was predictable the way he talked to the other guy and said, if I could do it, you could do it. It's like, oh no, he's going to die.
However...
But it was powerful.
This guy jumped when the guy died. He literally...
I did, but because I was angry.
Oh my gosh.
He was such a cool character.
Yeah. The end of the movie. They're all going to the dock, to the pier, to wait for them to come back.
Yep.
Now, mind you, at this point, all of the lights are off in the town.
Power outage.
Power outage. Complete power outage. They go out to the pier. They all pull up and they all shut their lights off. How do you live in a town that does stuff like that, that's on a pier, and not know, hey, we have to have a light for a ship that's coming back into port?
And it took Weber's girl,
Miriam.
I hate that. I forget her name. Anyway, it took her she didn't say anything in, but she just turned on the lights and was like, hey, turn on the lights. That was the one moment where I think you and I both were like, the doy? Just turn on. It's just... How many stars do you think you'd give this movie?
Honestly, because of some of the things that really bothered me about it, I'm only going to give it about 3 out of 5 stars. I thought overall the movie was well done, but there were just those things about the movie that I just couldn't get past. So I couldn't fully engage in the movie. So
I gave it a half a star more than you in my spoiler-free review. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. Good to see we're almost completely on the same page. Right. I think I probably liked it just maybe a tad bit better. Maybe a few things that bothered you didn't bother me, but there were still some things that I felt like could have made it better if they were there. I kind of already said them and things like that, but overall, it's a great movie. And what amps it up is it's a true story. Like, this happened in real life. So, what are your thoughts? What is your favorite rescue movie? Be sure to let us know in the comments. Also, make sure to subscribe and hit us up on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Durbin.
And I'm Rapthorn.
Thanks for checking out Durbania.